Here's another example where we're going to use a mixture of the various facets, which are attributes and characters, to go all the way down to identify a species of ant using image characters. So we know it's an ant. We found an ant on the island, and we know it's around about the airport again. So there's two ways we can begin. We could go into here and type in formicity for ants. We could have it as an all field, or we can have it in the taxonomy. That's one way to be able to do it. Or another way to be able to do it is to go into the classification, which is all loaded. So here are all the orders that we have found on Barrow Island. So if we go to Hymenoptera, we see that there are 426 species of Hymenoptera listed on Barrow Island. Here we have now a hierarchical nomenclature search. So this will provide us with the different families that are on Barrow, and here we are. Here there's 112 species of ants or formicids, and the result will give us the 112 species. Notice also down here it'll fire up and return those 112 species down there. So here are the different subfamilies that we have. Okay, now let's fire up our mapping, because we know that the ant was caught around, which way? That way. Was caught around the airport. So let's see, at the moment we have 112 species. So let's pop a user-defined spatial search around there. So we go from 112 species of ants on the island to down to just around the airport, and that will reduce us to 45. Okay, now we're going to fire up the nested library, and what we want are the various Formicini subfamily key, and there are 16 or 15 species, I beg your pardon, of Formicini that occur within that area. So as I said, we'll fire up the nested library key, and here are the facets that we have. The antennal insertion is at or just above the margin, or well above the margin, the body length, the clypeus, the eye placement, or the PaDIL with spines or without spines. So let's take the without spines, and that gives us 11 species that we're going to reduce down to from the 15. And these are Camponotus that we have here, and Mellophorus. So we can now, for example, say, well, I'm pretty sure that it's Camponotus that I have here. So we can just move these species across into the shopping basket. And what there are 4 species. Okay, now we want to create a comparative image table of those 4 species, and the characters that we have available to us are dorsal view, head, front, head, side, lateral. So we'll just do the whole lot so that we get a good look at the species. This will now create us using those image characters. So here's the image character: dorsal view, head, front, head, side, and lateral view. Now these are the image characters, but we're able to use the image character states to take us down further. If you move your mouse onto here, you'll see that one species has the head and thorax black, one species has the head and thorax red, one species has the head and thorax yellow-brown, and one species has the head and thorax red. If we look over here, the genus is enlarged and curved or not enlarged and curved, 2 species each. Over here we have the head shape, looking at either curved or parallel-sided or square. So let's say it's parallel-sided, we simply click on that and there it is there. Or we can go back to all and look over here and say, okay, it's got a brown thorax there. Notice if we do this, that we've also still got the characters there. And notice how now we've dropped off there. So there we are, we've gone down from making a query to a species identification.